Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Charles Dawson Sumter, and I'm going to be talking about the ever rising cost of college tuition. There's good news and bad news on the subject, but first, the bad news. Currently, within the United States, inflation rate is 3.2%. What is inflation? Here goes a video to explain what inflation
What is
is.
inflation? Presented by WallStreetSurvivor.com. Have you ever heard your grandfather say, "When I was a kid, a burger cost a nickel"? Or seen a vintage sign selling a Corvette for $1,000? Boy, would it have been sweet to live in that time, right? Actually, because of inflation, it would be pretty much the same. Inflation is the overall rise in prices of goods and services in an economy. Here's Claire. Claire heads over to the corner store to buy a pack of gum. That pack of gum costs Claire $1. Fast forward a year, and Claire heads to the exact same corner store and buys the exact same pack of gum. This time, though, the pack of gum costs Claire $1.02. That 2% rise in the price of the gum is inflation. Inflation causes a rise in prices and also causes the value of your money, known as purchasing power, to decrease. Claire's $1 is worth less today than it did last year. In general, the demand for goods and services in an economy is greater than the supply, causing prices to rise and therefore inflation. Governments can control the inflation rate by adjusting the supply of money in the economy. Developed countries like the US try to keep inflation around 3%. Because your money decreases in value every year, it's important to grow your savings through investment. Learn how to invest risk-free at WallStreetSurvivor.com.
Compared to the national inflation rate, which is 3.2%, college tuition rises 7% each year, which is more than double that of the national inflation rate. With a stagnant rise in pay in the future, tuition will become so high that only those with the money and funds to get a secondary education, while everybody else stays back. At the moment, the national debt for college tuition is over $1 trillion, second to the mortgage debt. The average cost of a four-year college ranges from $35,000 to $9,000 a year. And this year, the total college debt is $106 billion. Recently, to counter college tuition, some states have made laws, for example, free community college in Tennessee and price reduction in Oregon.
But right now, as always, it's time for your news by the numbers. There's no talking points. There's no smoking guns. There's no talking heads. It's just the raw numbers. And tonight's number, America, is 0. Yes, America, indeed, it is true. Finally, a Republican governor knows exactly what to do. Tennessee Governor Bill Haslam, however you want to say it. That's probably how they say it in Tennessee. Governor Haslam. And this is what he's doing. He's proposed that his state will use the lottery funds to provide high school students, graduates that is, 2 free years of education at a community college or a technical college. The announcement was first made in February. The proposal has now been is appearing to be on track to be approved by his Republican General Assembly. Called the Tennessee Promise, this policy would allow high school graduates to attend in-state technical and community colleges without having to pay any money in tuition or fees. The funds would come from a newly created endowment using money from lottery reserves. It is estimated the plan will cost about $34 million each and every year, but it will keep Tennessee students in school without the alarming rate of student loan debt. The state currently has about 80,000 community college students, evenly divided between full-time and part-time, according to the American Association of Community Colleges. And this is what they said in their release, we are encouraged that more Tennesseans are continuing their education. We know we have to remove as many barriers as possible. This is what the governor said, Cost is often the biggest hurdle to furthering education. Now, there are some Democrats who in the state that oppose the proposal, saying that it would take away funds from existing college models. Now, the jury's still out, but I mean, like I said, we're going to do some more research here at the Fowler. I got to say, the fact that you're allowing for kids to get an ability to continue their education through community colleges is a great and a noble ideal, and we here at the Fowler Show support it. I think. We'll get more details on that as it continues to progress.
For now, these are just experiments being done, and until they come back positive, we should fight for our education. We should fight to stop the ever rising cost of college tuition